Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the Daily Dish with me, your host, Ron E. Bradley. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. That could be morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whenever you're watching. I hope that it is phenomenal and you are in good spirits today. Speaking of the day, as of the recording and live stream of this right now, today is the 28th day of March in the year 2025. And if you're watching us on the replay or live, now is the time. Now is your cue to hit that like button. Let's send this out to as many people as we possibly can. Smash that like button, hit that like button. Don't smash it so hard you break your computer or device or whatever you're watching this on. Whether you're watching it on television or as like I often do with live streams, I will often have the live stream on my TV where I'm actually watching it, and then I'll be watching the chat go by, and if I want to chat something, I'll chat it on my telephone. So I'm usually watching it in two places at the same time. You can even watch it from two different Google logins. Give it more views. Very, very cool. Let me see what we have going on here today. People coming into the chat. Thank you guys for being here so much. As you know, it is not often easy to wake up early in the morning, especially in I have a household where we have our son really just does not like anything early morning. I've got a wrinkle here behind me somewhere. Got a green screen wrinkle thing going on there. Get out, get out. It doesn't want to quite leave. Anyway. So so we have late nights here, so it's not always easy for us to wake up so early in the morning. And when I do wake up, when I'm in this process of waking up, of course I'm drinking, I'm caffeinating. I'm still often in my waking up process when I'm here for the day, which means a lot of this junk ain't working right yet, but you give me the energon to be here. You give me the energy to get up. You were like the energon to my transformer, the stuff that they needed to get going. So you are the energon that helps this guy transform and roll out of bed in the morning.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
I always love that clip. So let's say hi to everybody that is in the chat. Let's say hi to everybody that is in the chat. Let me see here. Let's do this. And getting back to, let's see who all is here so far. This was me early on, just saying good Friday morning to everybody. It's Friday. The weekend is about to happen. If you are a Monday through Friday work person, then your weekend is almost here. Yay. And I know people on the East Coast where I am probably have gone gone to work already, because I start the show like a half an hour after work normally starts, right? 9:30. But if you are anywhere else, you could be 8:30, 7:30, 6:30, and be starting the day with the show prior to going to work. And then, of course, we don't know where you are in the world. Some people they're enjoying the show in the afternoon in the UK. So that's great. That service dog is here. Hi, that service dog. Good morning, beautiful people. And then we've got Jeremy Heath, one of our great mods here on the channel. We appreciate Jeremy has been with me for a while, because Jeremy, I know you came in and started watching. You were pretty regular when I was doing my Saturdays live from Disney Springs. So for about 10 weeks, I did a live at Disney Springs on Saturday morning, Saturdays at the Spring series. And that was early on, as I was trying to develop the channel and figure out what the heck I was doing with the channel. And the channel is still kind of in its evolution. There's so many things that I'd like to be able to do on YouTube. I saw a video last night where a gentleman had traveled from Miami to Alaska by rail. And it may end up being on another channel, but eventually I'd like to do that with YouTube. Of course, we got to build up something that has an income stream for me to be able to afford doing videos like that and showing them off and stuff like that. But I figured that will come in time as long as I stay here with you, the greatest audience on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all of you. Jonathan Rubin, hey Ron, I miss when Disney had theater re-releases for their classic films, like seeing Fantasia on the big screen. What is the connection with re-releases and making all these live action? You know what? I don't know. The first true live action that I can recall was 101 Dalmatians with Glenn Close, and that was like around the year 2000. I can't remember the release date of that, but I think it was maybe the 1990s. And I liked it. I really liked it. I'm not a big fan of Dalmatians. I like Cruella de Vil because of a situation. Okay, my grandparents had a Dalmatian dog. Okay, his name was Chief, like the fire chief. Like Dalmatians are often associated with, with firemen. And I was little at the time, 4, 5, 6 years old. I don't know when. Anyway, I hated that dog. That dog scared the living daylights out of me. And it's the only kind of dog that has ever scared the living daylights out of me. We also had a neighbor at that time that had one of those big giant Saint Bernards. And, the kind that have the big mug thing under their neck. And that animal didn't scare me like Chief did, the Dalmatian. So I have kind of been an anti-Dalmatian person my entire life because of that horrible experience with my grandparents' dog that kind of tried to. I don't know. I don't know if it was trying to attack me or not, but it always felt like it was trying to attack me. Felt like it didn't like me. So I always rooted for Cruella, which is maybe not the best thing out there, but down with the Dalmatians for me. Andy W is here. You say, good morning. Happy Friday. It's stormy here, so I am staying inside today. Well, see, when it's stormy here, I may not even wake up because I go to sleep to the sounds of thunderstorms. I even have them on my channel. There are there's a video series on my channel for ambience and relaxation. If you're at the parks and you just want to, like, let's say you're on vacation and you want to chill, relax, close your eyes, take a nap, whatever. I have a few videos on the channel to help people do that. And one of those videos is one that I use every night to go to sleep. And it's just thunderstorm sounds throughout the night. I recorded them at Disney's Vero Beach Resort. So you have thunderstorm and ocean waves. And I like it. So the problem with that is if there's an actual thunderstorm outside, my brain just continues to sleep because that's what it wants to do. And my mom is here. Good morning, Mom. Good to see you in the chat. Going Shogi, another one of our great mods is here. Jonathan Rubin says he's the 13th like. I clicked like and I'm number 13. Lucky 13. I always consider 13 a lucky number. It's always been lucky for me. I've always had pretty good Friday the 13th and stuff. Other situations, not so much, but 13, it's good. Native Hawaiian says aloha and good morning, y'all. What's up, Noah? Native Hawaiian. Everest Carmageddon, good morning. Tom F, all of our wrenches are in the house. This is awesome. Did the Transformers have an energy crash? Because depending on some drinks, it can make you crash later on in the day. Yeah, you know what? That Energon, maybe it was good for several hours and then they crashed later on in the day. I don't know. And everybody's saying hi to each other. Kathleen, my mom says, I scared him too. I'm assuming you meant you were scared of him too. Braylon Lee. Good morning, Braylon. What is up, dude? Jonathan Rubin, Kathleen. How did you scare Ron? See, Oh my goodness. No, 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 no. Then this is true. They made Chief ride in the back of a truck with us while riding to Disney World. That was awful. The experience of getting down. That was my first vacation to Disney World. I was 5 years old. The year was 1977. We were driving from Arkansas. Oh boy. That service dog says, "Me too. My chicks even got spoiled to the sound of thunder, so would complain if I didn't turn it on in time." Yep. And Tom F says, "Just waking up. Sorry, need coffee. Boy, I know that feeling." Yes, indeed, do da. That seems to be everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here today. And I want to let you know that we love to celebrate our audience. You're the best audience out there on YouTube, so we celebrate you. And we love our little different celebrations that we have for different things that you guys give me. And I'm so grateful for all of the support this channel has got, whether it's memberships or super chats or any of those things like that. So we always celebrate those. So I like to list all the things that we celebrate. One of them is purchasing from the Spread Shop things like the Follow the Bradleys Fun t-shirt that I have there on the screen. You can purchase that. If I go to all products, we have the Make Disney Walt Again merchandise, including the hat. You don't have to get red. You can get a different color. The Fedora Finds merchandise. And of course, there's a Follow the Bradleys Fun merchandise. And I want to get this hat too. I gotta maybe look at more listings, but yes, there it is. So anytime that somebody makes a purchase from the Spread Shop, and Go and Shogi's put that link right out there for you all. If you let me know during the stream, we will celebrate that. We also celebrate any PayPal donations or Buy Me a Coffee donations during the stream. And of course, then there's all of the YouTube things, whether that is a membership milestone chat, or somebody becomes a member of the channel during the stream, or there are gifted memberships dropped during the stream. We have those. If you're a member, we have member only emojis that you can use during the celebration. So we're all celebrating together. We need to get up to 75 members before I can create the next member emoji. So we need a drop. This is we're cycling here. We need like we need like 3 people to donate 5 gifted memberships during one particular stream, and then I think we'd get it. I think we'd get it at that point. Then of course we have our goal of super chats. So super chats, super stickers, and super thanks, any of those types of things. We are going to celebrate any of those types of things that you guys all do to help support the channel, because we love celebrating you. And what does a celebration look like? Well, it might look a little something like this. Yes, indeedy, dude. So I wanted to do a check-in. By the way, just before the show to get me into the mood, does anybody out there, let me know in the chat, do you watch Pitch Meetings, the Pitch Meetings channel? Or have heard of that? Let me know in the chat if you have heard of that. I can't remember the guy's name that does it. I'm more about his channel than him. This is odd. I'm trying to find something. Oh my gosh. Well, that's pretty bad. Mm. Wow. Okay, so we're just going to show you this in just a minute. Braylon Lee says all the time. So you're a pitch meeting fan. I'm a pitch meeting fan. I just think they're funny. If you haven't seen them, the guy that does them, I think he's Canadian, and so almost. I don't know about all Canadians, but there are a lot of Canadians that typically in America try to fall to our political left there as far as their leanings are concerned. But he's funny. The guy's funny, and I think he's, um, you know, he's found a niche that really works for him. So I think that's good. We are going to do a also, by the way, we have a goal of 5 supers today. 99 cents and above. Anything 99 cents and above helps out with that goal. And if we get 5, I am going to start my weekend series of members only live streams. And I've done members only live streams before, but they've always been on the fly, and I've always wanted to do a schedule of them. So where I do members live streams at least once, if not twice a month on the weekends that are members only. And we want to do that for you guys as members of the channel. I'm putting that as my goal today, that we will, if we get 5 super chats today, we will start. Also, though, if we don't get 5 super chats, but I get 15 gifted memberships in one show, I would also start, the series, because I want to be up 75 members and above, and we will do our weekend series where it is just members only. YouTube is a funny place, by the way. I have a couple of shorts out there that right now are trending, and both of the shorts are from about a year and a half ago. When I first started really working the channel, I started the channel in 2018. I started this channel, but I didn't start working this channel until May of really the end of May, really June. I would say June of 2023 is really when I started full in working the channel. I think I posted a video on May 13th with the idea that maybe I was going to start to do something with it. And then by the end of that month, I had decided that I'm going to go full in. And then by June is when I really started going full in. And I worked it, and in working, and I put up a bunch of shorts that were just throwing shorts to the wall, and it's just really funny, because obviously at that time they weren't monetized, but it's funny because I'm making money off these shorts now, and I posted them like a year and a half ago, and they're just trending now. It's just really weird how that happens sometimes. So YouTube is one of those things you just have no idea. Keep working it, and who knows what will happen over time. Happy 200th Daily Dish. Yeah, it's really weird for me to think that this is the 200th Daily Dish, and it's strange. I mean, it'll take over a year to get to the year long. I mean, we'll have a year anniversary of the Daily Dish, but it's to get to 365 daily dishes will take a lot more than a year. Was my point there. So sorry. I'm still waking up too, guys. Hanging with Erica and Raph. Erica, good to see you in the chat as always. I often want to invite my guests, but because I don't know what the show, since it's an early morning show, I try to catch sometimes news that's really breaking, and so I don't always know who to invite or when to invite or who can take the invite to be here with me. And I really would like to have more guests to bounce things off of, especially on a day like today. But I don't always. Yeah. So Braylon and Erica, I would have invited both of you probably today, but it was kind of last minute that I even knew what I was doing today. However, one thing that's not last minute is what is going on with Snow White. Now, there has been so much news about Rachel Zegler. It's been, it just seems like every time she posts something, I feel like she's one of those people that when it comes to interpersonal communication with general audiences, she just doesn't know how to communicate. She seems to me, it seems to me that she only knows how to resonate with her bubble, with her sphere of people. In other words, she doesn't know how to talk to general audiences. And because she doesn't know how to talk to general audiences, there are people who have clearly encouraged her to not be the kind of person who apologizes, which is basic. Just going to say this, guys. If you don't know how to say I'm sorry, if you don't know how to be humble, if you don't know how to apologize, and you're the opposite of all those things, it's satanic. I mean, if you read the Bible, all of those qualities don't come from our Father in heaven, they come from the other place, right? So, and I'm not saying that she goes out purposely and worships the devil or anything like that. I would never do that. I'm just saying that she doesn't realize that she's exemplifying those traits. She needs to be humble, and it seems like she has no humility whatsoever. So I, you know, and you can let me know in the chat if you think I'm wrong. Good to know. I'll probably invite you more. Why does it always do this? I share tabs and then StreamYard doesn't want to do the audio. It doesn't matter. I don't have any audio. Yeah, and I know, Erica, that you have your thoughts on Rachel Zegler. You can put those thoughts in the chat and I will happily put them on the screen. This is funny. I'll be a guest, but I'll have a donut spring. Hey, that's okay. We'll take the donuts. So Zegler doesn't know how to be humble. That is such a character detriment when you're trying to appeal to the public masses. Why, why would you not want to be humble? Why would you keep putting out there when everything that you've done in the public sphere, okay, starting with West Side Story, has been a complete flop? Every single thing that she's been in, she has basically been box office poison. Okay. So my question is, why would you not learn from that? Every single movie, I think there was one called Y2K that she was in, complete flop. West Side Story, complete flop. Hunger Games thing, a flop, but not as bad. Shazam 2, also a flop, but not as bad. However, I think that if Rachel Zegler had not been in Shazam 2, it would have even done better because Zachary Levi is just way too likable of a character and of a person. Zachary Levi, he knows how to talk to the public. And he's not the best actor in the world, but he's great at playing the roles that he plays. And it's just so strange. And here, yes, narcissists revel in all the attention, even negative. Her talking video of herself in the theater was very telling. She came off mentally unstable. Well, she's admitted that she's mentally unstable, but the thing is, she doesn't seem to do anything about it. I think that if she came out in a video, remember the video that she had, and let me just see if I can just bring it up on X, by the way, real quick before we get the other stories going. I'm going to see if I can find it. So give me a minute because I wasn't expecting to cover this. And it's going to take me a minute to bring it up. X, when I bring up X, especially during a StreamYard show, for some reason, it comes up really, really slow. I don't know why. X does that in particular. I know that Colin Rugg has it. So I'm gonna play the video, and then I'm gonna give you exactly my take on the way that video should have gone. I just gotta find it. Searching. No, I don't want to watch Oprah. Here we go. Got it. All right. So let me remove this because I want to see if I can. I need to see if I can get the audio of it. Because I had lost audio connection. So we're going to share over here. Still coming up on my screen. Don't know what's taking so long. Like I said, for some reason, X in particular takes a long time to come up. Come on, X. It's like X is a dog. You're like, here, boy, come on. Come on, boy. Come on. You can do it, boy. You can make it. This is the video, this Rachel Zegler video. I'm sure you've probably seen it before. Now
hates when I win. The winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see. And to everyone,
I will tell you that couldn't, like, how does she not realize that comes off as so completely cringe? Like, so here's my point. The reason I wanted to play that video is because in the same video that she put out, had she done it a different way, she could have won back audience. And I really, truly believe this. But she would have had to have felt a different way, truly, sincerely felt. So I have learned in my life that when I make a mistake, I need to feel the pain of that mistake. I need to overcome my pride, and I need to have a broken heart, right? Like my heart literally needs to break, and I need to have a contrite spirit. And if I don't have a broken heart, I don't have a contrite spirit, then I'm probably not feeling the way I should feel. If I try to justify my poor actions, that's only going to make it worse, right? So my point is that if she truly realized all of the pain and sorrow that she's causing people by putting out hate messages against, for example, half of the voters in our nation, right? More than half, really. The majority of people. She's put out hate against the majority of people. By doing that and not realizing how wrong she is just ostracizing the vast majority of her audience. Even people that like are common sense people that are on the left still cringe at that kind of stuff. Even Bill Maher is probably like, that girl's just wrong, right? So if she put out a different video, like the same type of video, but she would have said, I need to address something. I need to apologize. I realize I've made mistakes, big mistakes. There are things that I have done. For example, I hold true to my political beliefs. I really do, but I probably should not be posting about my political beliefs in a thread that is about a movie that is supposed to come out, knowing that I can ostracize half the audience. And I apologize for that. I apologize for putting Gal Gadot, in my co-star, in so much trouble that she needed extra security detail. I apologize for. I mean, there's a lot that she could apologize for. I apologize for insulting Walt Disney and the original Snow White, as the original Snow White was a classic fairy tale that, in the time that it came out, was very, very appropriate. And it gave people the hope that they needed. If she actually truly apologized, and sincerely so, and really truly felt those things, which I don't believe she does, and I don't believe she's going to, I think that she could win back over audiences. But in order for that to happen to somebody like her, it would take all of Hollywood banishing her. She needs to be banished from Hollywood. She should not be allowed to be in any mainstream Hollywood production for maybe a decade. And then maybe she'd realize, I mean, she was paid $2 million to play Snow White, and she was unheard of before she was cast in that role. Okay, she was also cast in West Side Story. I don't know how much money she got for that, but she got $2 million to play Snow White. Do you know how much that would change the lives of ordinary folks like most of us watching today? Most of you watching, me, myself included, $2 million would absolutely change the course of my life. And I would not insult the very property that gave me that opportunity, as she has done. And what is the result? The end result of that insult is going to be shown over here at the numbers. And let's just put this on the screen so you guys can see this is where we are at today. Here are the numbers. And as you can see, in over a week of release, at the domestic box office still is only at $50,000 or $50 million. International is going down. It's actually, remember that how in the initial week of release, the international box office was better than the domestic? It's going down. It's only 43 million. So worldwide, at this point in time, now we haven't gotten through the weekend, so we'll see what the weekend holds. We'll see what the weekend drop is. But worldwide, this thing still hasn't creeped up to $100 million on a $270 million reported production budget. Probably more cost after reshoots and then marketing. So we're probably looking at $500 million to produce and market this thing, and it hasn't even made back $100 million, which means that the studio hasn't even gotten $50 million back for this. That is flop city big time. Will it leg out? I don't know. This weekend it doesn't go up against much. Next weekend it goes up against Minecraft. And that's where families are going to be taking a lot of their kids to. I mean, lots of kids play Minecraft, and lots of kids want to see that Minecraft movie. Even I don't think it looks like a good movie, but I think kids are still going to flock to see it because it doesn't look horribly bad. It just looks like it's a movie. So the numbers tell it all, and it's just really, really sad. So my mom says that she reminds her of AOC. Yeah, it's that narcissistic, unhumble attitude that nothing you do is ever wrong, and never willing to apologize. You need to be able to say, I am sorry. I am so sorry. See what I mean? Best humble pie is for both Hollywood and Broadway to not employ her, force her to have to wait tables. Yeah, exactly. I would agree. It would be great if, I mean, she's probably going to go to the stage, and Broadway probably will employ her. It's harder to make ends meet in New York for sure, but she's got, with $2 million plus in her pocket right now, if she has somebody managing her money properly, she'll be okay regardless, which is sad because it's funny because she talks about Snow White being about fairness. How fair is it for somebody who has the lack of appropriate attitude that she has to be getting paid $2 million? Her talent is not worth that, and I'm saying that because I'm not saying the girl can't sing. She can't act very well, but regardless of how good she can sing or act, there are literally a million more just like her that are waiting in the wings that have more talent that could be hired. And they're not getting their shot. So, a big thing for Rachel Zegler is right place, right time, and a lot of luck. And she has not used those blessings to the best of her advantage. The absence of parents means she probably has ferocious stage parents who support this attitude. That is scary. Surprised it even made that much. Yeah, it's funny because you see, and I don't know, there's this thing in the Facebook groups and Disney Facebook groups, one in particular where people are trying to say how much they've liked it, and they're getting a lot of flack. If tickets weren't $20, how much worse does this flop? If tickets were $20, I wouldn't pay a buck to go see this thing. With all the negative reviews, I would think even less people would go see it and save their money for Minecraft, Lilo, How to Train Your Dragon. There's those movies coming up, and of course there is not that I don't know that it has garnered a lot of interest, but there's the Thunderbolts. I think the Thunderbolts has a very good chance as a Marvel movie of making more than Captain America, mostly because there's nobody acting in the Thunderbolts who has said anything stupid in social media. So thank goodness for that. There's not a lot of talk about the Thunderbolts, but the trailers are good. They're not bad. It's just that they're all B-list tier characters, and but I'm interested because I like the character of the Sentry or Void, and apparently that character's in that movie. So we'll see. But it's but me being interested because it's a Marvel and MCU movie, and I haven't completely given up on Marvel like I've completely given up on Star Wars. I have completely given up on Star Wars. But that's because of the Gina Carano thing. Marvel, I think they're going to destroy the entire. I think Marvel needs a major reset, and I hope that's what they do with Secret Wars. I hope they basically destroy the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, everything that it's been so far, and they say, "Oh, we got to start over," and it may erase everything that they've done, but it doesn't really matter because the Infinity Saga was good on its own, and we have that. And then we have everything that's come since, which has basically been mostly trash. But anyway, how fair is it that she ruined the movie so bad that the others who worked on it won't get paid because it flopped? Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, she's not the only reason it's flopping, to be fair. Disney released the scene with the Evil Queen where she's singing, and I love Gal Gadot. But that whole singing thing should have been left out. The funny thing is, it looks great. It looks grand. It just doesn't feel Snow White. It just doesn't feel appropriate for Snow White. I really feel like the live action Snow White could have been a great movie. Like I was watching Cinderella last night, the live action Cinderella, and it's really good. It's a really good movie. It's not the greatest movie ever, but it's really good. Sticks to the general story of Cinderella. I would have loved to have seen a Snow White where they expounded on the story of the prince and they expounded on the story of Snow and the Evil Queen, because the cartoon version of Snow White, the animated classic, it starts kind of after a lot of the story should have been told. Like there's a lot of backstory missing from it. And that's the part that I think they could have added. They didn't really need to add anything at the end, but just at the beginning, and then told the story from there. No bandits needed, just 7 real dwarf actors would have made this much more fun, and it would have been so much of a better movie. It could have been a great movie. Maybe they'll eventually do a live action Snow White that's correct, and try to pretend like just brush this one under the rug like it never happened. The biggest mistake Disney has made for Marvel is intertwining films with Disney Plus shows that have low ratings. Not only would I agree with that, but I think that the formula of having Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC at the time, that formula was good. And I think Marvel could have done something like that on Disney Plus, where they actually had an ongoing Marvel series on Disney Plus that told snippets of different stories at a time, rather than all of these individual series. But it went a different direction. You know, when WandaVision first came out, it looked promising, and then it just kind of hasn't been great. Loki was good. Loki was good, but introduced a lot of weird ideas, and I don't love the multiverse stuff. Love the live action Cinderella. Wouldn't change a thing about it. Love rewatching it. Yeah, and the actor, the actress that plays Cinderella, and the character in which she plays Cinderella, she just comes across as so humble. Between that one and I think the other movie is it Ever After with Drew Barrymore, that version of Cinderella. I love the Drew Barrymore version of Cinderella as well. I think it's really, really fun. So there's some good live action Cinderellas. Yeah, it got weird right at the end, because you know why? It's because they had to divide off the writing and separate it as much as they could from the MCU. I think they were instructed to, especially with the whole Inhumans thing. So yeah, it just kind of it was good, and then it kind of fell off the rails. But I liked some of the characters from it, and wish they could have been utilized more in the MCU. Like Quake, I liked Quake, and but they could never bring Cruella back. Cruella, Coulson. I meant Coulson. They can never bring Coulson back in the MCU proper. We have a couple stories that we need to get to real quick. Actually, one story. Now that I've talked way more about Snow White than I intended to in this stream, but I find this to be interesting. A very, very interesting story, and this is much more in my wheelhouse, my forte, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to put this on the screen here in the big way so that you can see it. So it turns out that there are, even after Disney has said they expect the Epic Universe opening to help them out, turns out that may not necessarily be the case, as we are finding out some people are actually choosing to jump ship from Disney over to Universal almost completely. Let's put this on the screen, and this is surprisingly out of allears.net. And the title of the article is Why Disney Adults Are Suddenly Changing Their 2025 Disney World Plans, which is really funny because this article talks about Disney World plans, but what they're basically saying is they're dropping Disney World plans. And I think this is the right one. I may have pulled up the wrong article here. Let me double check and make sure I put the right article on the screen, because I think because of a dual title, I may have put the wrong article up on the screen. Aha! Let me find the other article. Turns out that they named 2 of their articles very much alike. And I pulled up the wrong one because It has the same words in the title. My goodness. Like I said, it's out of all ears. Therefore, we don't necessarily get the best correct search results. I apologize for that, but I think I found it. I think I found the right one. All right. So, again, let me preface this, and this is very, very important. Let me preface this story. Disney World, the executives at Disney World have said that they believe Epic Universe coming to Orlando is actually going to help Disney out by bringing supposedly more people here to the area. I don't know how they expected to help Disney out, but it turns out they may be very wrong, because what we're actually seeing is a change in preference from Disney World to Universal with the opening of Epic Universe. And this has surprised some people, including apparently the people at allears.net. So we can put this on the screen now. And again, this is out of allears.net, and this is the correct story that I wanted to get to. And this is why Disney adults are suddenly changing their minds about Epic Universe. Epic Universe, by the way, this is posted by JP. Whoever JP is, posted this on March 25th out of allears.net. Why Disney adults are suddenly changing their minds about Epic Universe. Epic Universe opens in Orlando on May 22nd, 2025, and we've been so curious to see how this massive new park with 5 new lands will affect Disney World. And this photo is I believe Isle of Berk, which is the How to Train Your Dragon land. Aha. Sorry, I was checking something on my phone to make sure everything was good and correct. Seems to be. Well, there are, now remember, this was written by allears.net. So when you hear the way they write it, it's probably going to be a little bit different of a take, opinion-wise, than that Park Place. Well, there are lots of Disney fans out there who couldn't imagine switching over to Universal or like to visit occasionally. We couldn't help but wonder if there are Disney goers out there who are planning to visit Epic Universe more than Disney. We decided to ask you, our readers, and wow, were we surprised. Surprise often happens when you exist in a bubble. Definitely changing minds. We were very surprised to read that out of the 76 readers who replied to our question, about 40% of the responses said the opening of Epic Universe has changed their mind about visiting the park. And one of the biggest reasons for this, we'll let reader Frank state it best in his own words. Quote, I was a Disney diehard up until about 3 years ago. I'm all about Universal now. They treat customers better as well as annual pass holders. And there is the new Nintendo World. Yep, a big reason a lot of former Disney goers are switching over to Universal is due to Disney's rising costs and the benefits Universal Orlando pass holders receive. I don't know if she quite understood that statement from Frank, but it really wasn't about those. It was about how he's treated by cast members at Disney versus team members at Universal. Seems Frank was treated better by team members at Universal for the most part. Reader Amy said something similar. We want to highlight. We gave up on Disney because it's gotten to be I'm not sure how, let me see if I can read this correctly, because it's weird the way it's worded. We gave up on Disney because it's gotten to be a cost. I'm assuming there's supposed to be a more in there. So let me read it with the more. We gave up on Disney because it's gotten to be more cost than we are willing to spend. We got APs at Universal instead. We've had so much fun, and we're super excited for the new park. And there it is. There is the Kronos at Epic Universe that welcomes you into the park. And if I could read that, it says, beyond this gate, find Gardens Green and Epic Worlds to fill your dreams. There you go. It's an amazing entry. Other readers have shared that Disney's changes to their disability access service, the DAS system, have caused them to switch over to Universal, which uses a different system than Disney. Why can't we enjoy both? Around 25% of our readers who replied said that Epic Universe isn't necessarily changing their thoughts on visiting Disney or the new park, but it does make them want to extend their trips so they can visit both. Reader Cindy said it best. Right now, you can only get 1 day tickets to Epic. I can spare a day out of my Walt Disney World vacation for Epic. We already booked it. Now, of course, we know already the way they're doing ticket distribution is changing and evolving as Universal sees, the popularity of Epic and how many tickets they need to sell where. It's a brand new park, so there's kinks that they're going to have to work out, but I'm sure that more of that will be available. This, I believe, is their Monsters Land. Universal Monsters. It's going to be interesting. Many other readers said they're interested in visiting Epic Universe, but only once tickets are on sale for more than just 1 day at a time. Others said they certainly plan to visit, but not until the initial crowds from opening died down, and we can totally see why. We're expecting crowds to be large at least the first few months of opening, so if you're heading to the park during that time, pack your patience. A flat out no. The remaining 45% of readers, now notice that is the minority, not the majority. The remaining 45% of readers who replied said that Epic Universal opening has no impact on their thoughts to traveling to Universal over Disney. While many readers just said a flat out no, others gave reasoning as to why. And one of the reasons we saw referenced the most is best said by Reader Linda. Not at all. Universal was not a park I was able to enjoy when I was a much larger person, so I decided then and there that if I couldn't accommodate people of my size, they don't need my money. I'm sure I'm much smaller now and could definitely ride everything, but my money will always go to Disney. So that's one of those people that gets stuck in a mindset thinking that because they experience something one time, it's always going to be the same. Not really a good mindset to be in. Like, especially you got to think to yourself, well, if you were flexible enough to change your own body, why don't you think Universal is probably also flexible enough to make those accommodations as well? And I believe they have over time in a big way. So probably not the best opinion, if you ask me, because it's somebody who, especially from somebody who's learned that they can change, thinking that a company can't is really weird. A company can change, a company can get better, and a company can also get worse. And those of you who have been paying attention to the That Park Place network, or WDW Pro, myself, others, you know what we think, and you know which parks we think are going up in quality and standards and which parks are going down in quality and standards. You can put it in the chat or the comments if you like. Islands of Adventure in Universal Studio are not known for being very accommodating for those with larger frames. But we will tell you, we had a reporter in the park for the first time recently who shared with us that Epic Universe is appearing to be much more friendly toward a wider variety of body types. There you go. See, Universal is making those changes that they need to. And for some reason, there's a picture of Living with the Land inserted in here that I don't know why that makes any sense, but there it is. Additionally, other readers shared that the theming of Epic Universe just doesn't hold a lot of interest for them, or that Universal Orlando parks just aren't a draw for them. However, another big reason our readers have said they're not interested in going, we feel was worded perfectly by Laura. Just came back from Universal. We had fun. Hotel was fantastic. Loved the all-day express pass. The pass was a bit pricey, but we got every ride in one day. Didn't give off any feeling like Disney does. It's not as spread out, so there's more relaxation time. Definitely will go back, especially for Epic. Just doesn't give the quote unquote feelings like Disney World. The thing of it is, that person is expressing the very feelings of why they need to not get rid of Rivers of America. As she says right there, it's not as spread out, and there's at Disney World, there's more relaxation time. Well, if you get rid of Rivers of America, you're getting rid of that very sentiment. You're getting rid of a huge chunk of magic that people don't even realize is the reason why there's so much better. A lot of our readers said they don't get the same magical feeling from Universal that Disney gives them. And we agree. We agree is at allears.net. And I would have said that 5-10 years ago. I definitely don't feel that now. There's definitely a different feeling between the two theme parks. It is true 5 to 10 years ago, I would have agreed with that sentiment, but it is changed so much that I cannot stick in a mindset that is old and that no longer works. When you park at the Magic Kingdom, the most magical place on earth, and one of the first things you see is a literal bag of urine in the parking lot the cast members have not had the attention to clean up yet. Disgusting. How is that magical? That is magic ruined before you even get into the park. And that's what happened to us the other day. And by the way, I see so much trash at Disney now. Even cigarette butts in the parks where you're not even allowed to smoke. And I've seen a lot of that the last year. It's just the magic for me. I mean, maybe I should be blind to those kind of things, but I'm not blind to those kind of things. And I think you have to be blind to those types of things to still experience the magic. Some people prefer one over the other, while others enjoy both for different reasons. And the good news is that there's no right answer. Whatever is best for you and your group is what you should do. And I would agree with that sentiment. You go where you want to go, but we will see where the money goes. And that is what ends up being the bottom line for either of these places. It's where the money is going to go. And if Disney continues its downhill slide and eliminates places of relaxation for people and continues to eliminate those things like the Fountain of Nations, Magical and Epcot, now gone. Okay. You eliminate those types of things and you're going to eliminate a big crowd from the Magic Kingdom and from Disney, and more people. And by the way, what's interesting about this is we're talking about readers of allears.net. Now, those readers of allears.net are typically the pixie dust type of people that only want to think Disney is always going to stay as magical as it ever has been, and they're stuck in that mindset. So they only asked 76 of their readers, which means that if you were to ask a larger swath of people, I think that answers would be more and more and more towards Universal. That is my final thought on that. Now let's see what some of your comments have been. They need an editor. Yeah. It was definitely something that they were missing there, but I will fix it in post, as they say. Hello, Fun Fam. Hey, it's those Place. Good to see you coming in today. When I play the Epic Universe commercial with that black announcer saying at the end of it, "There's new adventure every day on my show," I immediately get excited. Yes, indeed. There's so much to get excited with about Epic Universe. You know what? That 45% it's those pixie dusters that can't get out of that mindset that no matter what Disney does, they're going to stay magical. I can't live in a mindset where when the world is changing around me, I'm not willing to change too. That's just weird. Someone said Epic makes them feel like it's Disney Springs. But here's the good thing about that. Disney Springs is actually one of the best themed areas in all of Walt Disney World right now. So there's actually nothing wrong with that. There are places, and I get why they say that. There are areas of Disney Springs, good areas of Disney Springs that they've things into Epic Universe. And it has to do with the water in the springs themselves. And it's only just a little bit of a similar feeling, but I get why they would be saying that. And it's not a bad thing. Disney Springs is a free place to go at Disney World. It's not a park you pay for, and it's busy constantly. Disney Springs is always busier than the parks. New Year's every night sounds fun. Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. That was Pleasure Island that had that. Anyway, it has been my pleasure to serve today during this 200th episode of the Daily Dish. There's no, there's going to be good reviews. McKenna, hi, I'm new. Hi, McKenna. Welcome to the Daily Dish. This is the 200th episode, and I hope that you'll come check us out on the Daily. We do Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m., almost every day, although there are some of those days that I end up doing this live stream, but I do it in the parks. It's Universal, SeaWorld, or Epic. Universal, SeaWorld, or Walt Disney World. I apologize. Heard of this from your friend Peggy? Well, that's cool. Well, I appreciate Peggy, sharing this over here. And so welcome. You are welcome. Welcome to the Fun Fam. Hopefully you've liked and subscribed and click the notifications bell, and I will show you something that we do. We do a celebration on this channel whenever somebody donates like a super chat, super thing, super sticker, becomes a member of the channel or anything like that. We love to celebrate it on this show. And we will celebrate it with something I'm going to do since you're brand new. Normally I do much shorter celebrations, but let me show you the long celebration that we do now.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, that's too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. Okay, anticipation. It's making me mental. But if they say yes, you can be on the show. I think I would go so crazy.
And just to show you that we also do this specifically for those supers like Andy W just gave, let's celebrate Andy's specific super. Thank you so much, Andy W. Thank you, McKenna, for coming in here today. And thank you all for being here on this Friday, the 200th episode of the Daily Dish. I think it's the 200th episode. That's why I label it that way. We also have a Daily Dish playlist on the channel, as well as our Disney vlogs, our Universal and Orlando vlogs, our ride on the train from Kissimmee, Florida, all the way up to Sanford, Florida, which is a really, really fun vlog. If you love trains, go check out that vlog. That's a fun one. And the others on the channel. Especially if you're new to the channel, go back and check out the former vlogs and the playlist and all of the stuff that's on there. Lots of fun stuff, including some ambient park stuff and all that kind of fun. But right now, we are going to send you over to Culture Casino because he's got his 6-minute daily going on. All you have to do is stay tuned, and we'll rewrite you right over to the 6-minute daily. And until I see you guys again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Andy W., again for the support. And until next time, guys, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.